It's 4:30 on WKYT this morning. Police have a new warning today for Kentucky drivers who text behind the wheel. How a new police operation is targeting them.
A new Islamic center could be coming to a Lexington neighborhood, but some people living nearby say they have concerns about the plan.
And a Lexington police operation now searching for two suspects this morning after a robbery at an auto parts store.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, and it's so good to have you with us on WKYT as we get Wednesday off and rolling. At least we're to hump day. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Yeah, you got to take what you can get, right? We are tracking some slick conditions this morning after wintry weather rolled across the bluegrass overnight.
Causing some delays and cancellations this morning. So far, 11 Kentucky schools are closed and counting. We have all that for you at the bottom of the screen. First track on weather now. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
And we did have some flakes around here, too, but I mean, if it's going to be sticking, you're going to see it there on your cars, and that's about it. So no issues whatsoever. You got to look down toward the southeast to see anything, and to be honest, that's not much either. So it's really what's left over from yesterday, and also a few flakes overnight last night into the far southeastern zones. That was the best opportunity to see that, and you're still not seeing much this morning, but nonetheless, it's cold enough. Anything that falls will stick, but nonetheless, out there right now, we're just not seeing much. Today's forecast, a few flakes down toward the southeast, right around 30 degrees. We hit tomorrow. We have another chance at a few flakes. And then we go toward Friday and Saturday, and it looks much better. You saw that past couple of days. I'll show you what the numbers are showing now, coming up in a few minutes.
A little adjusting to those numbers, I think. All right, let's get to the news. And remember, check the bottom of your screen for the latest closings and delays.
And remember, for updated closings, delays, and weather information, go to our website, WKYT.com.
Well, they say it's becoming a huge problem on Kentucky roads. It's putting lives in danger. And now Kentucky State Police have launched a new operation targeting distracted drivers.
They hope Operation Raid, as it's called, will convince drivers to put down their phone and keep their eyes on the roads. WKYT's Jordan Valines rode along with police as they looked for distracted drivers in Franklin County.
Chances are many of us have been guilty of distracted driving at one point or another, and because of this problem, Kentucky State Police are cracking down on distracted drivers through their Operation Raid initiative. Travel the roadways as much as state troopers do.
I probably average driving about 200 miles a day.
And you're sure to spot several examples.
Hey, how we doing today, ma'am?
Of distracted driving.
I've actually seen people reading a newspaper driving down the road.
Trooper Brian Smith took us for a ride along Tuesday, and in less than an hour's time,
For that, you'll notice that he is driving on the rumble strip.
2 people were pulled over for driving dangerously.
When I came up behind you, you were traveling off the side of the roadway for an extended period of time.
These situations,
You were a little too close to him to begin with. Then you swerve around, go around at 86 miles an hour, okay?
case in point of how prominent dangerous driving is on our roadways.
456 George Edward. Right.
And now state troopers hope that putting Operation Raid in place will help reduce aggressive, impaired, and distracted driving.
It's oftentimes the unfortunate result of a bad accident that takes someone's life before someone realizes the graveness of their decisions.
The Operation Raid initiative will remain in effect until January 24th. In Frankfort, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Operation Raid is a Kentucky State Police initiative program coordinated with the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Well, this morning, police are looking for 2 men who robbed an auto parts store in Lexington. It happened just before 8:30 last night at Advance Auto Parts on Versailles Road. Police say 2 masked men walked into the store, pulled out knives, and ordered all of the employees to the floor. Police say the men stole some money out of the register and ran away. No one was injured. Police were not able to get a good description of the robbers.
Hundreds of tips have all come up empty, and now police are again pleading for help for finding those responsible for killing a Central Kentucky police officer. Investigators say Bardstown police officer Jason Ellis was ambushed along the Bluegrass Parkway in May of 2013. And despite all the tips and leads and a huge reward being offered, police have not been able to make any arrests in the case.
Someone has information that will lead us to the person or persons responsible. If that person will just come forward, if not for the right thing, do it for $185,000.
Some investigators believe more than one person may have been involved in the murder. State police say they are still actively working with the FBI and the ATF on this case. They say they've even traveled to many jails and prisons in Kentucky and surrounding states looking for possible leads and information.
2 years ago, police say a mother and daughter were killed inside their Perry County home, and they still have not made any arrests in the case. Investigators say Sandra K. Melton and her daughter Susie Melton were found dead inside a burning home. Police did not suspect foul play at first, but autopsy showed the deaths were not caused by the fire in and of itself. Police say both victims were murdered. Family members are now offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
A woman accused of putting her newborn baby in a plastic bag will be facing a judge today. Cassandra Haney will be arraigned on attempted murder and evidence tampering charges in Clark County. Winchester police say Haney gave birth in a toilet. They say her roommate later heard the baby boy crying and then saw him in the bag and called for help. Police say the baby survived and is now stable at a hospital. A disturbing discovery in a Boyle County home, and now father and mother are facing charges. The Boyle County Sheriff's Office arrested Jason and Angel Brees. Investigators say they found deplorable conditions in the couple's home where they lived with their children. Both were charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. Deputies arrested the couple Monday night, but they were released from jail on bond Tuesday afternoon.
There were some tense moments in Louisville when a small plane had to make an emergency landing. The pilot of the twin-engine King plane noticed the plane's unsafe gear indicator was lit, so the plane had to land at Louisville International last night. But airport leaders say the plane's landing gear malfunctioned, so the plane had to land on its belly. 8 people were on board that plane. Investigators say no one was hurt. They are not sure what caused the landing gear problem.
A grand jury indicting an Ohio man who investigators say was plotting to kill U.S. House Speaker John Boehner. Michael Hoyt has been charged with threatening to murder Boehner. Police say Hoyt was once a bartender at a country club near Cincinnati where Boehner is a member. Court records say Hoyt threatened to poison Boehner's drink or shoot him because he claimed Boehner was mean to him at the country club. Court records also claim Hoyt claimed that Boehner was responsible for the Ebola virus. Hoyt was fired from his bartender job. He is being held under a court order for mental evaluation and treatment.
Well, 2 weeks after doctors say a Clark County teenager died of meningitis, a benefit is being planned to help his family. 15-year-old Colehaan was a student at Clark County High School. Friends say that they are holding the benefit to raise money for burial and funeral costs. The benefit will be Saturday afternoon from 1 until 6 at Justice Elementary School in Winchester. It will include food, music, and a silent auction.
A new Islamic community center could be coming to a Lexington neighborhood. Some people who live there say they're concerned about it.
The Islamic Center of Lexington wants to build on Armstrong Mill Road near Appian Way. Folks living in the neighborhood met to talk about the proposal and share their concerns. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has that story.
So they're going to open the street.
Joseph Pilla has lived on Merman Drive for more than 30 years. It's a dead-end street that backs up to the potential community center site. Pilla's worried about an increase in traffic on his quiet street.
We already have a lot of problem with traffic getting out of here. With this, we will have a lot of people going by, and they're going to create a traffic problem.
The site plan shows a 3-story community center with a 200-space parking lot.
We are not building right now an Islamic center where people come to it, 5 times a day.
Mahmoud Shalash is the president of the Islamic Center of Lexington. He addressed neighbors' concerns at a meeting for those who live in the area. Traffic is one of the main concerns that neighbors say they have about the possible Islamic center being built on Armstrong Mill Road. But that's something that Mr. Salash says will not be a big problem.
When I first came to this country, I learned one statement: action speaks louder than words. And we want to come up here and show them the real Islam that really carries the love and courtesy and tolerance in our faith. And we want to treat our neighbors very good. We want to look after their interests.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Well, Lexington's Board of Adjustment will hold a hearing on the conditional use permit on January 30th.
It looks like Lexington will not need an ordinance to regulate ride-sharing companies like Uber and Lyft. Our partners at the Herald Leader reporting that city attorneys say new regulations issued by the state are good enough. The state now requires ride-sharing companies to conduct criminal background checks on drivers, maintain insurance, and give city leaders a list of drivers. The Urban County Council had been debating if a ride-sharing ordinance was needed locally.
After opening SEC play with an overtime game and a double overtime game last night was a blowout against the Tigers.
This one wasn't close. UK has had some scares to start the 2015 portion of the calendar, but it didn't happen against Missouri. The Cats taking control of the game with a 26-point lead at halftime. Kentucky with a big-time win, 86-37. The Cats are back at it Saturday against the Crimson Tide. They'll be facing off at 4 o'clock on ESPN.